I don't think they'd pull Elevidys completely. Um, if you look at Zolgensma, it has the same side effects. So like, okay, it doesn't want me to buy more. I'm not that concerned about the deaths. I mean, I think that this kind of thing isn't that uncommon. Tysabri, Tysabri had the same situation, and Zolgensma. So ultimately, I think once the hysteria wears off, it should rebound. I do want to look at RNA. Yeah, I think it's a buy. I just doubled my position in the challenge account, which has been rough. Yeah, I don't typically martingale, but this is a unique situation. Okay. Circle, I sold and I'm happy. Are we bag holders? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Yeah, I think it's actually more than 50. I think just the drugs they have alone is 50. So I'll go through in a second, but let me pull up the Sarepta model. Explain. I have allergies. My cats. No, actually, I'm down pretty much across the board in all positions, but that's all right. The dust will settle. It was a 5% position for me, so now let me see what it is at now. It's a pretty big position now. 30%? 25% position? Yeah, I'm sick of this shit. I don't think anything happened at the shareholder meeting. Okay, so the drugs that are FDA approved, the PMOs, roughly $1 billion in revenue. So the question is, what do you value that at? $1 billion in revenue on pharma, very high margins. Is that worth $2 billion conservatively? That's like basically 2 times earnings. It's worth, I don't know, $3.5 billion. Still pretty conservative. Or is it worth $5 billion, which is not so conservative? Nice thing about the math is Sarepta has around 100 million shares. So this is $20 a share. That's without Elevidys. So that's no, Elevidys is gone, and it's just the old drugs, and that's fair value. This is more than the current stock price, and this is a lot more than the current stock price. That's just the PMO business alone. So now the question is, what is Elevidys? What is Elevidys worth? And obviously it starts at 0 if the drug is pulled off the market. Yeah, I saw the guidance thing. So they said non-ambulatory. I had 1.3 for 2025. And obviously I think that's going to be lower than that. They said they were going to beat their guidance, but I think that, um, maybe the best estimate going forward, it could be 500 million in revenue. Although I think there's a chance it comes back. So let's say if it goes to zero, it goes to zero. 500 million in revenue. I don't know what's that worth. 2.5 billion to 5 billion. So basically, anything better than that is worth quite a lot more. So this is 25 a share. This is 50 a share. If it's more, you get quite a lot of upside. So these are the numbers we have to think about. This is the base business. This is Elevidys. And then you have the pipeline. Which is worth anything, of course, from 0 to, I don't know, you can pick your price, $5, $10, $15 a share, maybe conservatively. So you just, I mean, it's pretty in a simple sum of the parts. So 2 times revenue is really low. By the way, there's 3 in debt, so you got to add 3 in debt. Start with -3. This is all per share. So 20 times, or 2 times revenue gives you $20 a share, plus 3 gives you 17. That's about the most conservative you could possibly think of. I think this is like way too conservative. Maybe more realistic is 35, which is 3.5 times sales, plus 3 is 32. I don't think Elevidys is 0. So if you add it to 25, let's say, for instance, you would have 57. And then you give it some pipeline value. Someday you get maybe 62. So I'm pretty bullish on it still. I mean, nothing's really changed. One question is are the PMO revenues safe, which we normally never had to worry about. But now that, we may not be able to rely on Elevidys, we should think about whether or not that's what are the risks to the PMOs and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, let's see what's trading. Nvidia up 1%, Palantir up 5, Tesla up 1, Archer Aviation up 4. I want to look at that one. D-Wave up 7, Christ almighty. Big Bear up. Circle up 20%. Wow. Crazy. I would sell Circle. Supernus to buy Sage. Sage has been a big dog for a long time. Navitas trading 10 million shares. Sarepta's traded 10 million shares out of 100 million. So keep in mind, it's kind of an institutional stock. There aren't really any retail people playing it but us. And I think the insane reaction is Wall Street's pretty sick of Sarepta. It's just one of these things where the market's given up on management. They don't trust them. So I bought a lot more. So I'm at 25.37 average right now. I think after this capitulation, we may even get a rebound. We'll see. Sometimes you got to call it quits. That is right. That is right. But I know pharma, and I think the PMOs are worth a lot. One question is, will this company come out with its own PMOs? And that is a pretty important question. Yeah, I mean, the people who died, so one person died, as you guys know, a month ago, and another person died a few days ago. But it's 2 people out of 1,000. So it's 0.2%. And it's not like they can't do anything about it. They could add more immunosuppressants, which I think is what they're going to do. They could lower the dose. They could avoid patients who are really late in their disease. So I think there's, there isn't that much of a problem. But again, even if you zero it out completely, you still have upside. Yeah, I mean, I think that the last time something like this happened was Tysabri. So Tysabri had a situation where they had a rare side effect called PML. I don't even remember what PML stands for, to be honest. But yeah, I don't remember. But it's caused by JC virus, and for PML, you can reduce the risk of PML, and there's all this stuff. So yeah, I mean, look, you can say copium all you want, but I mean, it's just basic math. What are the PMOs worth? I don't think Elevidys is worth 0, but even if it's worth 0, that's okay. Tysabri ended up fine. The only people that got worried about Tysabri was Wall Street. Yeah, Skilo has a lot of experience in this as well. There we go. Thank you, XKO. I totally forgot what it was. Great, Kyle. Yeah, I mean, now's the time to buy more. I mean, I had 5% position. Now I have a 20% position. So my average is 25. Would you buy these assets for $35, $40? I would. I don't think there's concern. So the CFO said that they're actually profitable with Elevidys just with ambulatory. And maybe that's wishful thinking. You guys want me to wear the bag? Want me to wear the bag? Okay, I'll wear the bag. Okay, are you happy? So yes, so I think that Elevidys will end up like Tysabri or Zolgensma. Zolgensma has had two deaths as well. AAVs do attack the liver. That's part of what you get. But I think that there's just like a lot of hysteria on Wall Street, especially like vis-a-vis a lot of Wall Street trust management. And then when the management trust is broke, you just sort of sell and get out. That's kind of what creates an opportunity. I mean, obviously it's a little frustrating. The stock was 120, then 75, then 50, then 35, and now it's 20. But there is a bottom. We tried to pick the bottom at 50. We were wrong. But now we're trying to pick the bottom at 20, and maybe we'll be wrong again. We don't know. It's probabilistic, but that's my bet. Yeah, maybe Alejandro should be able to talk his shit, but he wasn't that useful. No, DMD death is earlier than that. They don't make it till 30. Quantum is fucking worse for me than Sarepta. I don't know if I would exit at 35. I mean, I think once the dust clears, company stabilizes, it should be okay. 22 years survival for DMD. 30, actually. I thought it was more like 22, but It looks like it's more like 30, which is surprising to me. I did not know this. I don't think they can get into too much liability with lawsuits and stuff like that. Everybody knew about this side effect. I am still looking at INMB.